Okay, so looking at the service module in ToolHound 6, if we look at the service menu here on the left-hand side, clicking on it will open that up and bring you to see the options that are included in the service module. So we have service requests, where you go to create a service request that will become a work order, then it becomes something to work on. Service due is like service due work orders in ToolHound 5, where you can specify a date or something in the future or now and bring something up to create a work order based on when it's due. Meter readings are open to create a meter reading right away on an item. Work order is the actual work requested and completed on an item. Tasks are what a work order uses to do work, because the task defines the work. Meters are what are used in the task to use in the job. You have your work order types, the work order statuses, the work priorities, failure codes, and the new thing that exists in ToolHound 6, which is the checklist. Now, checklists get assigned to a task, which in turn gets assigned to a work order, and then you can use checklists to get more information about the particular job work that was done, if you will. So let's look at a checklist and how it's different. Let's create one by hitting this create button here on the top left side. We create a description. So we'll give it a random name, and we click on add group to add stuff. So we need basically a title for the group, and we'll say work done, for example, and we're going to give a first item, so cleaned, for example, and we want to give an option, so we'll say yes. But obviously with a yes, you need a no, so we add another option, delete this, and hit no. If I check off this box here, remarks, this will add a text box at the end of this question where you can add some information pertaining to that particular question. But there's only one question, because there might be more work than that done. We hit add item again. Now we're going to use the same two answers, yes, no, but we're going to have a new item. So we're going to say washed. And I can even add a third item here, where I can say rebuilt. And that will all still go under here. I can add a new group to do a whole new question. Fun. And I'll say, was it fun? And we'll do the same, yes. Add another option. And this is going to be no. But I'm not going to do remarks because it's not necessary at this point. I can save that, and my checklist is saved correctly. So when you have a checklist, you do have to create the task for that checklist. Now again, anytime you create a task, you do have to hit the green, or what was the green plus mark, but now it's the plus over here. We hit last and we give it a task. And we'll give it a visibility location. You kind of want it on the top so that if you want to use this task for other items that are in different locations, you can do that. We'll select the first option, reading only, and the type here is just going to be an inspection, because that's what was defined in the inventory types here on the left. Frequency is going to be 1. The meter we're going to use is going to be mileage. And we'll use a meter for reading, the same thing, mileage. And then you can obviously select your checklist. So I'll do this checklist. Now you can do some instructions too, if there are any restrictions for this particular task. You can add any required material, required tools, and put all that information in there. I'm just going to leave that blank for now. And I hit save, so I've created that task. That task can be used on any work order or anything. But we do have to assign that task to a part number so we can keep track of the information that's in there. So I'm going to go to a part number that I have. I want to go to the Tasks tab, and I'm going to hit the plus to add this task. And I'm going to go in here and go to my scroll down to find a task that I have. I don't like any of those, so I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm going to choose this one because I've done this one. And we can see that there's a frequency of mileage on this one. And we want to save the part number so that it is in there. What this means is if I go to one of the items, you can see that the task is still there, but the information is all blank for now. So what we do is create a work order for that particular item. So again, create over here on the left side. You can choose the current date if you want to do it right now, or you can uncheck that and choose a specific date and time in the past to do it. I'm going to go choose a location, item ID. It shows up in there. That's what I wanted to. I'm going to choose requested. Priority is low because why not? We can see in my tabs, work to do. This is where I got to go add that task that I just put onto that item. And we can choose 765 because that's the one that I've added to my part number. And I will save that. So it's created, but you can see nothing really has been done. I do need to approve it because once I approve it, I check ready to approve and hit save. You can see now my checklist has shown up as a new tab on the end. So when I go to my checklist tab, I can now answer the questions that I created when I created that text list. So is it cleaned? Yes. Is it washed? No. Well, I need some reasons why. So it was just too cold to wash. And was it fun? Sure. Again, I can save that. And now the next time somebody goes to view this particular work order, they can see that I answered the question so that everything is actually done. Now I'll just go in here and choose my it's scheduled, the work done. Whatever I want to do. And I'm going to go enter my mileage, whatever mileage I decide to put in there. And I can just close that because now I have the option to close. And my work order is saved successfully. Again, if I check here on my serialized items, if I refresh this, you can see that my last service date has now been put in from that work order. The reading is there, last reading date and what the last reading was. And you can see based on the frequency, based on 10 miles, the next service due is at 174. So this will update once you do that. Your work order history will also update. You can see that there is this new task that was cleaned but not fully washed because it's too cold outside. The work done information will be in there, and it was done on this day. So there you have it. There's a checklist status, meters, tasks, all work orders, all in one, and you can see how it updates the actual part number or item number at the same time. And there you go.